Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon to receive future updates.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Bryno's World Homebrews. On this episode we will hopefully potentially wrap up the saga of this Brut IPA, which I've been trying to work and get into good shape for what feels like several months now, after just doing a brew in a bag all grain brew, trying some regular amylase that didn't work, finishing up with glucoamylaze and that did work, to putting it in bottles, letting it sit for 2 months, and then not airing the bottling video until 2 months afterwards, which was about maybe a week and a half ago, maybe 2 ago. But now, here we are, the tasting. Now, the only point of comparison I have for a Brut IPA such as this is one I had from Sierra Nevada, which in hindsight I really liked, but I was thrown off by what a Brut IPA actually was at that time, and it didn't fit the bill of a traditional IPA, but it was good in its own merits. I'm hoping that this falls into that category a little bit, but in any event, just looking it up at some lights, I don't know if doesn't really seem clear to me. Maybe it's been in the fridge for about maybe 3 days, so I'm hoping I will have done some kind of lagering or conditioning, so any case. So let's see what this tastes like after 2 months of natural carbonation and 3 days of lagering in the fridge. Let me pop this open on the bottle opener over there off camera. Heard a nice satisfying pop there, so let's get a smell first. Smells a little strange. I don't really remember what the Sierra Nevada Brut IPA smelled like, but this smells a little interesting. I do get the hint of dryness when I smell it, so I'm guessing that's a positive since that's what this is supposed to be. So now, let's pour this into the glass. And I remember I put in quite a bit of priming sugar, so this should be very carbonated. So, oh yeah, a lot of fizziness. It's on the hazy side, which it's not bad, but oh man, that does smell kind of champagne-ish, which is a very positive thing. And there's not a lot of head retention, but I'm thinking that might possibly be because almost all, if not all, of the sugars have been completely fermented out. So since you don't really see too much of a head on champagne, that makes a lot of sense. So, anyway, this is not as clear as I would have wanted, but you know what? Let's taste it anyway and see if it's any good. So here we go. Homebrewed Brut IPA. Cheers. It doesn't quite hit the spot the way the Sierra Nevada did, but it's in that ballpark, which, honestly, given everything that I put into this, I don't want to say thrilled with, but I'm pleasantly surprised with. I'm wondering if maybe the addition of, I think it was caramel malt. Hold up one second. Alright, looking at my logs here, 2 pounds of 2-row malt and half a pound of caramel malt. Yeah, that's what was giving it this darker color and may have given it a strange little taste to it. Saws, hops throughout, but it was only for maybe 20 minutes to boil, but that might be what's giving it a strange little flavor, whereas I remember the Sierra Nevada one being a little bit brighter than this, a little less color. But it's still interesting. This is something. This really, really is something. After everything I put into this, after starting brewing on April Fool's Day, it's now near the end of July, so 3 months of work went into this. Many ups, many downs. But I would say this is a very solid, very good result. I mean, Bruts are not very popular. I mean, I don't think you can even buy Sierra Nevada's Brut IPA in stores anymore. It's only at their tap house or whatever, but still, this, I might be able to get used to it. I don't want to say it's easy drinking, but I mean, it's 7%. You don't want to drink too much of this or drink it too quickly. But it is on the dry side. It's not You'll never, this is not a malty beer, and heck, this is not even a hoppy beer. It's just, but there's also a lot of carbonation, which also adds to the experience. I just think the dryness, it gives it something. I just think if I had taken out the caramel malt, maybe just added a little bit more base malt, it could have been, maybe not totally, I don't know. Maybe they use it, I think they definitely use some different hops at Sierra Nevada that I could have used to make this perfect. And I think they also dry hopped it to add some aroma, which I did not do. But in any event, it's still very good. On this positive ending, that'll do it for another episode of Bryno's World Homebrews. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see on this channel, leave a comment down below. Otherwise, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already, and click the bell icon to be first to be notified of future updates. Also, one last thing. You may have noticed I changed the logo to reflect my status as more of a home brewing channel nowadays. What do you think of that? If you got any opinions on that, leave a comment below. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Have a good one. Cheers. Kind of refreshing.